My parents stole my $120K MBA fund from my golden sister's dream house. Justice, karma, and Uncle Jake's ruthless plan restored it all. My grandpa died when I was 15 and left me $120,000 specifically for college. The money went into a trust fund that my parents controlled until I turned 25 or finished grad school, whichever came first. Grandpa knew I wanted to get my MBA and run my own business someday. He wrote it all out in his will. That money was mine and only mine. My sister Jessica didn't get a trust fund because grandpa paid for her entire wedding 3 years before he died. Spent like $40,000 on it. She got her big day. I was supposed to get my education. Fast forward to last year. I'm 24, just got accepted into a really good MBA program. Full-time, 2 years, about $60,000 per year for tuition plus living expenses. My trust fund would cover everything perfectly. I called my dad to start the paperwork for releasing the funds. He got real quiet on the phone, said we needed to talk in person. That weekend I drove home. Both my parents were sitting at the kitchen table looking uncomfortable. My mom couldn't even make eye contact. Dad cleared his throat and said the money was gone. All of it. I thought he was joking. Gone where? I asked. He explained that Jessica and her husband Brad needed help buying a house. They'd been renting for 5 years and Brad's credit was terrible. Banks wouldn't give them a decent mortgage rate. So my parents took $95,000 from my trust fund for Jessica's down payment. Just like that, the rest went to helping them with closing costs and furniture. I sat there completely frozen. That was my education money. Money grandpa left specifically for me. Dad said Jessica needed it more because she was starting a family and I was young enough to take out student loans. I could barely breathe. My mom finally spoke up saying they'd pay me back eventually, but Jessica's house was more important right now. More important than my future. More important than what grandpa wanted. I left without saying another word. Drove straight to my Uncle Jake's place. He's my dad's younger brother and he never got along with my parents. Thought they spoiled Jessica rotten and treated me like an afterthought. When I told him what happened, his face turned bright red. He grabbed his phone and called a lawyer right there. Turns out what my parents did was super illegal. Trust fund theft. Breach of fiduciary duty. The lawyer said we had a slam dunk case. Uncle Jake paid for everything. The lawyer sent my parents a letter demanding they return all the money within 30 days or face a lawsuit. My dad called me freaking out, said I was tearing the family apart over money, that Jessica would lose her house. I told him he should have thought about that before stealing from me. He hung up on me. They didn't return the money, so we sued. The court case took 4 months. My parents tried arguing that they were going to pay me back so it wasn't really theft. The judge wasn't having it. He looked at the trust documents, saw grandpa's specific instructions, and ruled in my favor. Ordered my parents to return every single penny plus interest and legal fees. Total came out to $130,000. But here's the best part. My parents didn't have that kind of cash just lying around. The judge gave them 60 days to pay up or he'd put a lien on their house. Suddenly they were the ones scrambling for money. Jessica called me crying, saying I was destroying the family, that mom and dad might lose their home because of me. I reminded her that she was living in a house bought with my stolen education money. She hung up. My parents ended up taking out a home equity loan to pay the judgment, had to refinance their entire mortgage at a worse rate. Uncle Jake said they'd be paying it off for the next 15 years. Meanwhile, I got my $130,000, enrolled in my MBA program, and haven't spoken to my parents or Jessica since. Uncle Jake comes to visit me at school sometimes, brings me lunch and asks how classes are going, says grandpa would be proud that I fought for what was mine. Last month, I heard through a cousin that Jessica and Brad are struggling with their mortgage payments. Apparently, Brad got laid off and they're 2 months behind. My parents can't help them because they're drowning in their own refinanced debt. The whole thing collapsed exactly like Uncle Jake said it would. I graduate next year with 0 debt and a job offer already lined up. My trust fund covered everything just like grandpa planned. Justice isn't always pretty, but sometimes it's necessary.